It's my pleasure to introduce the second of our 3 teen speakers. We have so many teens and youth leading our prayers, reading our Torah, and also telling us about the exciting things that they do. So I'm very excited to introduce Dylan Kessler, who will be telling us about his wonderful experiences as a very recent graduate of Beth Yeshurun Day School.
Shalom. My name is Dylan Kessler, and I'm an 8th grader at Emory Weiner. My connection to Beth Yeshurun all started when my mom moved to Houston in 1980 from South Africa. When she immigrated, her parents enrolled her into 4th grade at Beth Yeshurun. Before I was born, she taught Hebrew and the Jewish holidays to middle schoolers, and then she became a preschool teacher here at about the same time that I started preschool. So, not only my Jewish journey started at Beth Yeshurun, but also my mom's. Beth Yeshurun plays an important role in my family's Jewish life. I went to Beth Yeshurun from the time I was 2 until when I was in 5th grade. Going to school here introduced me to a whole world of texts, holidays, important Jewish people, and more that were necessary for me to discover what Judaism meant to me. One of the things that really showed me how special and personal Judaism could be was when my class was assigned to write Devar Torahs on the week's Parsha. Until that point, I'd never really known that I had the possibility of finding my own take on Judaism. That was the first time that I was shown how I could look at the Torah as a part of my Jewish history, make it something personal, something that I could really learn from. I have also taken all the knowledge about Passover that I learned from my years at Beth Yeshurun Day School, and I've started to share it with the members of my family during our annual Passover Seder. That was an amazing moment for me, because it made me realize that I could share my knowledge and care for Judaism with those around me, especially with my family. Beth Yeshurun Day School made me proud to show everyone how much Judaism meant to me, and it taught me to pass it on to others too. I also had the honor of going to Israel in 2014 with Beth Yeshurun, led by Rabbi Strauss. Everything I had been learning from my time at Beth Yeshurun was presenting itself to me during my time in Israel. Everything that I'd been learning at Beth Yeshurun was centered around Israel, the Holy Land. One thing in Israel that really stood out to me as being special was an experience that I had at the Western Wall. I remember my dad and I deciding on our own personal spot on the wall. He explained to me that one day I'd come to the same spot, which by the way I still remember, and leave a note in the wall and tell my kids about the time that my dad and I picked our spot on that same wall. All of these experiences and understandings that I gained during my time at Beth Yeshurun will help me carry on the Jewish traditions and ideas that have been passed down since thousands of years ago. Now, thanks to Beth Yeshurun and the many wonderful teachers, rabbis, and staff, I am able to carry on the tradition, passing down my care for Judaism to the next generation. All people find their Jewish identity in their own way, but I am lucky to have found it at Beth Yeshurun. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.